I want to conclude with this. I read this quote at the, I don't know if it was at the beginning or the end of 2 sermon series ago, but it's a quote from Bono, the lead singer of U2. And it's on point and summarizes everything Paul's been saying in this letter. He says, at the center of all religions is the idea of karma. What you put out comes back to you. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Or in physics, every action is met by an equal and opposite one. It's clear to me that karma is at the very heart of the universe. And yet, along comes this idea called grace to upend all that as you reap, so you will sow stuff. Grace defies reason. It interrupts the consequences of our actions, which in my case is very good news indeed, because I've done a lot of stupid stuff. I'd be in big trouble if karma was going to finally be my judge. It doesn't excuse my mistakes, but I'm holding out for grace. I'm holding out that Jesus took my sins onto the cross because I know who I am, and I hope I don't have to depend on my own religiosity. That's what Paul's saying here. Depending on the law and your ability to do it is depending on your own religiosity. And if that's the final judge, then you're in trouble, we're in trouble, all of us. So no matter who you are, or what you've done, or what you are doing, or how far you may have gone, the Father has kept the lights on and the door open. The law says, and I love this, I don't know who originally said it, but I'm going to claim it as my own until someone comes forward and says it's mine. But I love it. I read it a few years ago. The law says, I messed up. My dad is going to kill me. Grace says, I messed up. I need to run home to my dad. Huge difference. You can choose to live your life by one or the other. And if you continue to choose to live your life by way of law, you're going to bump up against brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. The law says I messed up. My dad's going to kill me. I hope I don't see my dad. Grace says I messed up. I need to run home to my dad. That's the safest place for me to go. God hates how shame and fear and guilt rob us of freedom and joy. Hates it. In fact, he hated it so much that he went through a mess of trouble and pain to set us free. But after you've suffered enough and been embarrassed enough and been wrong enough and sinned big enough, he will hug you and invite you to a party that he throws for people who are really free. People who don't care what other people think. People who have been deeply loved when they don't deserve it. That's who God is. He loves us and loves us and loves us and pursues us and pursues us and pursues us until our hard hearts melt in the heat of his unconditional love.